The starts, nobody seems to be able to figure out what is wrong with Mike LaRocco's starts. Everybody is trying to work on him. Jeff Ward, all the people at Kawasaki have worked with LaRocco. They can't get it figured out. Mike will tell you, he's just a slow starter. It's like a turbo. You got to build up the boost. When he spools up and goes, he's gone.
Well, he's coming up on a very quick rider. That is number 111, Greg Albertine, who is in the 8th position. Now, we talked about these motorcycles a little bit. These are not one-off works machines. These are production bikes. Oh, did you see number 4, Doug Henry? He just about got off that motorcycle. As I was saying, these are really showroom bikes that have been prepared for racing and certainly have a performance tune-up. But they are basically what you'll find on the manufacturer showroom floor for dirt bike riding.
And that's why this class is so important to the manufacturers. The 500 division has pretty much gone away from the outdoor nationals here in the United States. 250 motocross and 250 supercross is the #1 manufacturer concern when it comes to motocross racing in the United States.
Mike Kudrowski has been the leader since lap number 5. He got a good start, not a great start, but he avoided the pitfalls of Jeremy McGrath and the rest of the riders that had some awful problems in that traffic jam at the first turn.
Kudrowski finished 3rd in the points in 94. LaRocco was 2nd in the points in 94. Both of them finishing behind, of course, Jeremy McGrath. They're looking to reverse that this year. LaRocco winning at the last race at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Kudrowski looking for his best shot to win here. Right now in the points, LaRocco is 2nd, Larry Ward sits 3rd, and Kudrowski sits in 4th. So if Mike can win here, this will help Kidder's chances of upsetting this man, Jeremy McGrath, for the title in 95.
McGrath came in so well conditioned with such a focused attitude with Jeff Stanton kind of leading the way for him. He went out and won that first heat. That was all important. And to have his hopes shattered through no fault of his own doesn't seem to have him that discouraged. There's the white flag. One more lap for our leader, Mike Kudrowski. Jeremy could have easily said, oh, man, I'm so disappointed. I'm going to quit. That's just not in his nature.
I think Jeremy McGrath is without a doubt one of the greatest supercross racers we've ever seen. We've seen Bob Hurricane Hanna, Johnny O'Mara, Jeff Ward, Jeff Stanton, RJ. They were all tremendous. Jeremy McGrath has moved this up to another level. In talking to some of the racers like Kudrowski said beating Jeff Stanton came down to conditioning and training. He knew he was as equal as Stanton when it came to talent. He knew he just had to train more. Beating McGrath is a whole other story. It comes down to strictly talent. And everybody says that McGrath is the most talented they've ever seen, except for when there's a hay bale in his way.
Mike Kudrowski reminds me of Brock Glover back in the early 80s, late 70s. He had the kind of power, the kind of stamina, the golden boy of motocross, supercross. I think Kudrowski maybe is a little bit in that image.
All that talent in a Ferrari, too. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, and a house on the beach in Dana Point. These guys may be young, but a lot of them sit around talking about stock bonds and brokers between supercross events. They know their career will be short. They got to be careful and manage their money properly. I'll tell you right now, though, Mike Kudrowski getting huge boosts from the grandstands here at Daytona. They want to see him pull it off.
He is about to become only the 2nd rider, along with Bob Hurricane Hanna, to have 3 wins here at Daytona. The only rider with more than that, Jeff Stanton, the Duke of Daytona with 4.
It's over. Kudrowski is going to win the Daytona 200. Watch the style. Whoa, just got those hands back on the bars in time. Now he'll pop a few wheelies and roll into victory lane.
Meantime, Jeremy McGrath soldiers on. He'll have to wait for next year. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Daytona, where a great racetrack has served up some sensational AMA professional supercross racing. Let's have a look at the top 10. Kawasaki's a sweep in the 1st and 2nd position. The best Honda finish by Doug Henry. Mike Craig rounded out the top 10. Let's go to Ralph. He's with the winner. One happy guy.
You know, you talk about just riding the track. I mean, are you really that patient? Even with those guys out front, did you not even think about them?
Yeah, you know, you worry about them or you look at them, you're going to ride like them, and you're going to make the same mistakes as them and everything. So I think that's what I've been doing a lot this year, and now I'm concentrating on, you know, what I want to do. You know, I'm fast enough. I've won a lot of championships. If I ride like I want, I can win like this.
That's 3 for you. Stan had 4. I bet you can't wait for next year.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to keep trying, and hopefully I can win 5. You know, I prepare really good for this race every year, and I'm going to stick going to the tracks and everything, the same ones I've been doing, eating the same stuff.
For the 3rd year in a row, Mike Kudrowski is the winner of the Daytona Supercross.
He's fast enough, he's strong enough, and darn, people like him. All right, here's the second 10. Phil Lawrence finished 11th on the Kawasaki. All in all, a good day for virtually all of the factories. Pretty evenly split in the top 20. Ralph?
Jeremy, obviously the first question is, what happened on that step-up jump?
Well, I come in the corner second, right behind, well, actually beside Dowd, and it's such a sharp curve, like going up it. He hit the curve and endoed sideways into me, and nothing I could do. And then guys were just ramming me from the back, and so I don't know what happened.
Then once you got going, you made a pretty good ride back up through the field. Are you pleased with this year's Daytona performance?
No, not really, because, you know, it's a shame that I had to fall down. I think I was more ready this year than any other year, and I'll come back next year the same way. You know, this thing, I want to win still, don't worry.
Steve, I don't think it's a question of if Jeremy McGrath will win the Daytona Supercross. I think it's a question of when.
Can I get a bet down now for next year? All in all, you come away from Daytona feeling these are some of America's finest athletes. A promotional consideration has been provided for and a fee paid by this special offer.